welcome to the very first No Filter Tattoo Podcast episode. It's hosted by me, Theo Walker, Tez Reynolds, Bryson Anderson, aka Spike Loyal Tattoos, aka Cosmic Cat. I'm gonna let them kind of introduce themselves first, because I kind of mess up these introductions. They always make fun of me. So, y'all go ahead.
Well, my name is Tez Reynolds. Theo's first apprentice. Been working here since 2016. What that make, like 7 years, something like that?
Damn, yeah.
Well, he already introduced my my Instagram, Cosmic Cap, Cosmic_Cap. I specialize in doing portraits, anime, neo-traditional style tattoos, but I'm not opposed to doing like other styles either.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Bryson.
Well, Theo just took the whole intro away from me. Well, my name is Bryson. I go by Spike Loyal Tattoos. I go by Spike, and apparently I go by Theo Jr. this past week.
Shout out to Roger Perilla, man.
Yeah.
He blessed him with that new nickname.
Name dropping. Right. So, been tattooing for 3 years. I'm Theo's third apprentice. I'm known for anime, but I pretty much do everything, and also am the walk-in artist of Golden Anchor Tattoos. My favorite style is trash polka, neo-traditional, and surrealism.
Okay. That's what's up. I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about myself, too. I've been tattooing for about 11 years, going on 12. I'm the owner of Golden Anchor Tattoo, and I just love tattooing. I do all styles, but most people probably know me for my anime or black and gray realism. So the reason, why we giving this little intro is because today's episode is titled Slow Season, right? So I wanted to address this topic because I felt like it was something that just needed to be talked about, especially during this year where it's so much economic turmoil, I guess you would say, with the economy up and down. A lot of tattooers out there, not even just tattooers, but like I would say just like professionals, like in a service industry, are taking a hard hit. And basically, I want to talk about how you as a tattoo artist can help prevent that slow season or get through it. And you see, we got all different experience levels. Me being with the most experienced in Tez and then Bryson. But overall, it doesn't matter where you're at in the industry. You can stay busy all year long, but you have to know what to do. So let me ask y'all about how slow season been treating y'all this year?
Oh, well, for me, it's kind of been like up and down.
Mm-hmm.
I know in the beginning of the slow season, it was a little bit rough. Rough to my standards. Let me rephrase that.
Right.
Because I'm used to being booked out like 2, maybe 3.5 months. So it kind of slowed down more to like 1-ish, with little gaps in between. So that's slow for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now this November is picked back up, I guess, because everybody got all their like vacations or whatever's going on in their lives. But even still, just like compared to like my last few years, it's definitely been like financially a dip in my funds, but I still been going by pretty good. Still get rent paid on time, still pay car notes and all that stuff. But the thing I could just say about staying busy is definitely reply to all your emails.
Yes, yeah.
Reply to all your emails, even if you
that.
think it's stupid. Just reply to them.
Mm-hmm.
And just keeping those good like customer relations. Talk to your clients every once in a while. It ain't gotta be like every day. You ain't gotta run them down like, oh, wait, show me your tattoo. Let me see how I did like 2 days from now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like real important, and
Okay, those are good points. But I want you to say that because we're gonna go in depth on a lot of that stuff. But for now, all right, Bryson, you tell me, you being what you said 2-3 years in now.
3 years.
Tattooing? Yeah.
October made it.
So how slow season been treating you this year?
Shoot, I'm good. One of the things that I probably do different from a lot of artists is that I've been to a lot of conventions, a lot of seminars. One of the things a lot of artists tell me that they don't engage with their clientele, I actually do. Like even every client that I usually tattoo on, I follow them only because, number one, I do free touch ups if natural causes happen and they get messed up. Also, I just like talking to people. That's what makes me different. For slow season, I actually look at everything like on Instagram, TikTok, like all my analytics. I look at gender. I look at my age range. I look at the type of trending style tattoos that I always do. Not only that, during slow season, it's very hard for you to say no to a lot of tattoos, even if you don't do the style on a regular basis. Um, the reason why slow season is not really hard for me is because I'm very adaptable.
Okay, so that's good. So y'all already hit like a lot of points that we're gonna really go in depth on, and just to give y'all like a brief outline of what happened with my slow season. Like for like all of us, like I said, it's slow. Booking slowed down a little bit, but for overall, like I said, we stay steady. Like I'm used to booking out 2-3 months in just a matter of like a couple of days. So I would just say it just slowed down to maybe like a week. It takes a week to book that much when I open my books. But overall, still staying steady, still filling in cancellations. And you still have cancellations here and there. Don't get me wrong. Like you're going to experience that as a tattooer, but you can definitely like mitigate that and not have as much if you're doing the right things. So like, why are we saying all this? Like I'm not starting this to come on here and just like to brag, right? It's more so we're giving you our background, we're giving you our credentials, right? Because I feel like if anybody could speak on it, it's us, it's me. Like I've been at the bottom of the tattoo ranks. I started as a scratcher in my mama's basement and driving to people's houses doing $50 half sleeves, and I worked my way up from street shop, no apprenticeship, self-taught to now, owning a successful shop, winning best shop award. Shout out to Atlanta's best.
What city is this?
Yeah, it's our city, man. It's our city. Okay. Look, we gon' look. They they be picking on me because they be saying I'm too humble.
Too humble.
I get it. I know we good, but at the same time, I don't want y'all slacking off. So I gotta lead by example. See, that's really what it is. Okay. Anyways, so before we get into like the nitty gritty of this podcast episode, I just wanted to give y'all a brief view of what this podcast is about. Like this is geared towards tattooers who are seeking some kind of guidance in their career, and I know it's a lot of like false prophets out there, right? A lot of people who talk a good game and say a motivational quote, this and that, but they don't really give you the answers. They just say like, all right, just hustle harder, just grind, just do this. I'm like, okay, like that ain't really answering shit though. So what I wanted this podcast to be about is us. Like this is why I named it the No Filter Tattoo Podcast, because us just talking real shit in the tattoo industry and giving like real answers to these problems and solutions. So I want y'all to listen to this and really get something out of it. I hope so. If not, if y'all listen to this and y'all hate this shit, feel free to just let us know. Like, hey, I don't agree with y'all. Y'all whack this and that. Send the hate mail. I love it.
We can
Either
back
way.
on the whack part. I already got called whack this year.
Oh yeah, you did. We ain't gonna talk about that. but yeah. Anyways, let's get started, y'all. So, like I said, this episode, slow season. What is slow season, right? If you're a new tattooer, if you're a client and you just want to learn more about tattooing, slow season is basically the time of year. I would say, y'all would say like
the
Heavy
beginning of
holiday
August
Yeah.
and the last week of January.
Yeah, back to
Yeah.
school, all the major holidays, back to back, like
Right,
every other
right.
month.
So yeah, this is the time of year where like tattooers definitely their booking slow down. They don't get as much clientele, not as much walk-ins. People aren't spending as much money. And then this year, it really hit harder just because like inflation, the uncertainty in the economy, this and that. A lot of shops and artists have just not been working as even slower than usual. So I want to really address this because like it's a lot of it kind of stems from accountability, self-accountability. At least that's what I feel like. So that's my first point I really want to nail down here is how do we prevent slow season as a tattoo artist? The main thing to me is self accountability, right? It's like you got to really look yourself in the mirror, have a conversation with yourself, ask yourself, why am I not having clientele keeping me busy all year long? You know, because that's the key, the slow season, right? You got to have repeat clientele. Mm-hmm. You can't depend on walk-ins all the time, unless you just, you know, you're blessed to be in a shop that has crazy walk-in traffic. So why can't I just build up that clientele? And it's the truth is you're doing something wrong. I'm not saying that necessarily you're a bad tattooer or you're a bad person, but there's multiple facets to tattooing, and it's not just tattooing itself that all come together to make a successful tattooer. And if you're not hitting all of those facets, you're gonna struggle. You know, you're gonna fail in some areas. So this is why I'm saying you gotta have self accountability. Once you listen to this podcast and we go down this list, you know, we hit these points, ask yourself, damn, am I doing it right? You know, am I slacking in this area? Am I slacking in that area? And it probably is. If you're struggling, you probably are. Let's just be real. If you can't see that, then honestly, you're probably not gonna ever reach that success that you want.
Yeah, because everybody got something they can improve on.
Right.
Like, everybody got at least one thing they're slacking in, and you know they can, you know, bring up. For most of us tattoo artists, honestly, I feel like social media.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, especially if you work on like bigger tattoos. You know, you gotta be on time for your client, have everything prepared, and then especially like with social media being so big, a lot of it you have to be filmed, and a lot of us don't have that like extra hand to just sit there and film for everything. So you gotta prepare for this, let's say 5 to 8 hour tattoo on, you know, just average day, and then you gotta set up film, but then at the same time you gotta make sure you're being efficient with your time because you still are tattooing a live person, and tattoos hurt, so you gotta be real efficient with all that. So I definitely, in my point of view, I feel like social media is a big one because I slack on that as well. I've been trying to improve on that a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, that was one of the points I was gonna hit is managing your social media, and manage your business in a professional manner. I want to go more in depth in that, but I want to hit a point that I feel like we all think is probably the most important. You had talked on it earlier, and I want to hear your points on it. To me, the most important thing in like building your clientele and keeping you busy, a lot of people think it's the quality of your tattoo work, and honestly, that's not the truth. Cause y'all would know it. Like there's shitty artists out there who stay booked, and then there's amazing artists out there who struggle. Yeah. So it's really not the quality of your work. The most important thing is your customer service. You know, we heard that from Roger, you know, at the seminar earlier, and that's something like we agree on. So like, how do y'all feel about tattooers and their customer service in general?
Well, yeah, I definitely say getting into the industry, it's definitely a lot better now. But like our first convention, I remember me and Bryson, we went past this lady. You know, we was just checking out stuff. I'm an apprentice. We trying to fill out the scene. And yeah,
first convention was the worst one.
Yeah, we had this one lady, like
all of them.
Just stop. Well, yeah, but this is the one that stuck out to me though. It just stopped us out of nowhere. You know, we looking at portfolios. We're like, okay. She asks us, "Are you trying to get a tattoo?" And we're like, "No, we're just looking around." And automatically, her whole attitude just like changed. Just like, "Well, why the fuck you standing here?" Type
Call
deal.
me over here.
Yeah, it was like, I mean, you make me not want to get tattooed by you now. Like, come on. So yeah, customer service is definitely treat your people like somebody. Like even if you're not finna tattoo them, just having that friendly conversation with you is more likely to bring that person back because more than likely they're gonna run into another tattoo artist that's have their head up their ass, entitled or whatever you want to call it, and they're gonna remember you. Like, well, you know, I went to these other couple of shops, talked to these people, and they were little assholes, but I remember talking to you, so I came back, and that. Especially in the beginning of my career, that's how I got most of my clientele, just being nice, because my skill wasn't quite where it's at now. But yeah, I definitely say treating your customers like somebody.
Yeah.
Like how you would want to be talked to. You got anything to add to that?
Oh no. Anybody who start off tattooing, what I realize, what a lot of artists who starts off are probably 3 to 5 years in, they forget that the tattoo is a customer service business, and the main thing is that no matter what, this is a business. Like, you have to remember when you first started, if you went into a shop for an apprenticeship or you started a private studio, you had to do stuff to abide by business laws to open up the industry that you're going into. So a lot of people just get confused about, oh, I just want to focus on art. If you just wanted to focus on art, you could have just tattooed or just draw or paint at your house and just did it for free.
Yeah, that's a real point. It's like tattooing takes two to tango. Like you can't tattoo air. Like I said, you got to tattoo somebody else. So it's like, if I don't know, it just irks me because like a lot of people, honestly, I think that segues to the next point, the next facet I would say is I feel like a lot of artists these days don't have that hustle in them, and like I don't want to say just like, oh yeah, you got to hustle harder.
It's a business.
Yeah, but you really got to like love tattooing. And my thing is, a lot of people don't love tattooing. They just either love the clout that comes with it, or they just want to do their art, their style. But
Basically, entrepreneur, self-claim.
yeah, but even that, it's like, oh, there's people out there who got skill, right? And it's like, oh yeah, they turn down like a Pinterest tattoo or some basic tattoo, like some clouds or something, because it's not their style, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, so do you not love tattooing? Like, to me, I love the actual act of tattooing. Yeah, like we all done worked like many jobs before we got into tattooing, and I don't know about y'all, but I'll take $100 doing a name tattoo over, working 8 hours doing anything else, that's not tattooing.
You don't even get $100 for the day.
That's a business
Exactly.
mindset. Even when I post on social media, either I post this is a business move or I post because this is very artistic of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they only want a tattoo if they get some kind of satisfaction out of it. And my thing is,
I be broke.
Not even that. It ain't just about the money, but it's just, I get satisfaction out of tattooing, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even if it's just some basic stuff.
At the end of the day, you're getting to draw on people for a living.
Exactly. So
And tattooing is a luxury.
it is. And that's what, it's like a lot of artists nowadays just, they think like, oh, I'm going to get in the game and I'm going to just do my style and fuck everything else. And then the slow season comes along, or they find out that their clientele ain't booming like they thought it would. And yeah, because it came back to haunt you when you skipped all those tattoos that you didn't want to do because you thought you was above them. So
How unaware do you think people who start off tattooing now is unaware of slow season?
I think all these young people or even older people, I just think people who aren't in tattooing in general, they look at it, they look at the success now, especially because of social media, right? Like
I think that's where the delusion comes in with the slow season.
Yeah, because they see these artists who are really, they're like elite artists, right? The big time artists. Of course, like, they're living a great, crazy lifestyle, got all the nice cars, doing huge pieces all the time. And people just think like it happens for everybody. But no, just like any industry, you got the top earners and then you got the middle of the pack and then you got the bottom feeders. So the truth is, most artists are going to be either middle of the pack or bottom feeders. Most people don't get into that good tier or that elite tier. So
You think that's like complacency for all, like, and that's how it leads to all seasons for them being slow?
for some people, yeah, complacency. I think it's fear. Like they just fear getting outside their comfort zone and trying, and they fear of failing.
Yeah.
And then it's just some people just don't have the passion. They really don't love tattooing. They in it for the wrong reasons. And honestly, they probably shouldn't be tattooing. It's like I said, like my point earlier, I love tattooing. Tattooing wasn't like a backup plan for me. It wasn't because I failed at everything else. Let me try tattooing. It was because tattooing was my first plan. Like, I went to school, I got a college degree, and immediately I went to tattooing after that. I said, fuck that degree. So to me, I wanted to do nothing else but tattoo. So I feel like if you're not viewing it like that, you're gonna have a hard time, because this is not the industry that you just come in and you get rewarded for being in it. Like, you gotta bust your ass to get to that level. But once you do, it's a beautiful thing. Like, like, you know, tattooing is provided for all of our families, right?
Mhm.
Has
Definitely.
made more money than we ever made doing anything else. so
Without a doubt.
so like I said, I never take any tattoo for granted. So when y'all get those requests for something simple, even if you can't fit it in right that day or that week, tell them like you were saying, talk to them nicely. Like, hey, I would love to do your tattoo, but I can't fit in it now. But if I get a cancellation, can I reach back out to you and see if I can fit you in? And 9 times out of 10, they'd be cool with that, you know?
And also, because I'm very analytical, I grab their email, I grab their phone number.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're working in the shop, 9 times out of 10, the shop has a shop phone. You don't have to call them from your cell phone. You don't have to call them from WhatsApp. The shop's already paying a phone bill. Might as well put it to good use. So
That's your place of business.
yeah,
Right.
and it's
Call
your place
during
of
business hours.
Yeah, and if they call back, they can Google it.
Yeah.
Also,
And Bryson, how many times have you done like a small, simple tattoo, and they came back and got some huge work, or they referred a friend that came and got like a half sleeve or something bigger, you know?
I'll probably say once every 2 weeks, I do a small tattoo. They come back in 2 or 3 months with a medium to a large.
Right. You know, we got to think about it like this. Everything is a long-term investment. Stop thinking about the money now. Think about what you can make in the long run. Like, every client matters. Everything adds up. $1 adds up to $1 million if you add it 1 million times, but zero don't add up to shit. You know what I mean? So we can't add zero up. So if you could take somebody, get it in. If you could do a good job on the tattoo, then do it.
Because I've seen people, conventions, other shops that I've been into, they come in, want this certain design, they just turn them away. And they still stuck with $0.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they brag about how dumb the idea was.
Right. Yeah. They go talk shit about the client afterwards, and they sitting there twiddling their thumbs, not doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's another thing. I don't know. It's, you know, it's so many little things I could harp on, but I want to stick to that point of hustle, man. Like, take every tattoo you can get and keep them in your back pocket, those simple ones. Like,
And treat it like it's one of your big tattoos, one of your masterpieces.
make sure you take a picture of it. Even if you know, not like say, of course, are we gonna post it on our permanent page where we want to showcase our big, nice pieces, like special pieces? No, but if it's clean enough, post it on your story. Because guess what? Like, people are gonna see that you do. Oh, he still does that kind of tattoo. He still does.
And also take a picture of it just so you can give it to your client. So when they post it, you don't have to worry about that ugly photo out there because you took it yourself.
Ugly, warm filters and
So like, y'all got to think about big picture about everything. It's not just, oh man, that's what a little $50 tattoo, $100 tattoo. I'm good, man. It don't move me.
Shoot, I got a hospital bill. I'm grabbing everything.
Shit, any tattoo should move you. Like, this is a privilege what we do at the end of the day. Like you were saying, we get to draw on people's bodies for a living. Like, people out there busting their ass for minimum wage, and we in here, you know what I'm saying, no drug test, saying coming in wherever we want. Yeah, none of that. It's like we get to be ourselves. We get to talk to cool people all the time and just get to do cool shit. Like, everybody would love to be a tattoo artist. So don't take it for granted. If you got a spot, if you're in a shop, or even if you're apprenticing, like, when times get tough or you get some stuff you don't want to do, that cover up you don't want to do, just take it. You know, because at the end of the day, what you gonna do? You just gonna sit there, be on your phone, bullshitting?
Just know, for that $500 tattoo, most people had to work a whole week just to afford that thing.
Exactly.
Just know I do the most.
And you're getting that $500 in a couple of hours.
Right. So it's like, be grateful for that, man. Like, and don't take any client for granted. That's a big thing. So another point I really want to harp on, like, if it's slow season and you got time, instead of just sitting around doing nothing, do some free tattoos. Like, do y'all agree? Do y'all not agree? Like,
I'll say it like this. I probably do 3 free tattoos a year. But during off season, I would say, if you're going to do a free tattoo, I would say do a design that you really want to do to push for tattoo tournaments at conventions. If you want to put it in competitions, I actually do that. Me personally, I focus on September all the way to February to put most of my art in competitions. If you're gonna do that, then at least when you put great art out there for next year, your next year should be better when it comes to business.
Not for real. Like, people ask us all the time, right? Like, oh, I want to do these big anime tattoos like y'all do all the time. I want to do these crazy half sleeves that y'all get to do all the time. Well, we attract
for like the first 6 months. Hell, me and you was doing them shits for free.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, to build these anime clients, like, I had to do free anime tattoos to show people what I can do. I had to showcase my skills. Like, half of these trophies from conventions I got are free tattoos. So I would take losses financially at a lot of these conventions because I'm just tattooing clients for free. But like Bryson said, they don't get a choice on the design. They just give me creative freedom. Like, hey, I trust you. Do something dope. I want you to enter this in a contest and hopefully win something and showcase it in your portfolio. And then they give me that trust. I'm gonna go take it and I'm gonna go run with it. So, shout out to Cam. Y'all know Cam. Like, he probably got like 8 tattoos, like most of them anime, and we done probably won like, I don't know, at least 10, 15 awards just from them tattoos. And I didn't charge him a dime, but I done gained so much in the long term from it because now I get tattoo clients that come from all over paying me my full rates to do those same dope anime tattoos, so it's like you got to sacrifice now to reap the rewards in the long term. But a lot of people don't see it that way. It's just, I need that money now. But my thing is, if you wasn't doing shit that day anyway, you was losing money. Or if, okay, let's say you fortunate enough to have some appointments that day or that week, come in on your off day.
Yep.
If you want to build up that portfolio and start doing some stuff that you want to do, like, don't turn down the other stuff. Just do that stuff in the background. And then on your extra, off days or whatever, come in and grind and do those free tattoos. So, I don't know. It's, to me, a lot of people might think like, nah, I'm not working for free.
Yeah, once they get ahead, they kind of get an ego and just say, hey, I'm not working for free. You'll be surprised because I've been to, like, Golden State Expo. Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised how many artists in there was doing free tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, I'd confidently say over 65%.
Yeah, y'all will be shocked, like, to know how many tattoos at conventions are free. It's to showcase what you could do. You're battling. You want to show off. Like, that's how you attract those other clients. You got to show them what, like, you can sit there all day and post on your IG, I want to do this, I want to do that. But, motherfucker, if you're not showing any tattoos of that quality, they're not going to trust you. They're not going to come and pay you to do a portrait. And you saying, all you doing is saying, I want to do a portrait, but you don't even got a good portrait on your page. So what you need to do is find those clients, even if it's just one client that's going to trust you. Like, hey.
Keyword is trust.
Yeah, trust. Just trust me.
Not just, I just want you to do something.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like, even, like, all right, let's say you one of those tattooers who only specialize in, like, one style, or, like, I only do black, gray, no color. And now you're struggling in slow season because you got to turn out all those color tattoos. All right. Well, guess what? Start doing some free color tattoos. And, like, hey, and tell your client, though, hey, I'm going to try my best. These first couple ones may not come out the best, but if you trust me, I'm going to do right by you. I'm going to keep doing these free tattoos on you. And eventually, they're going to come out dope. Mm-hmm. And, you just, there's people out there who trust.
Yeah, definitely. My first year, I followed that same blueprint. Now, I'm probably making way more. Right. My last 2 years.
Not for real.
And I definitely say draw those specific designs more too, because that helps.
Keyword draw. Yeah. Don't just take someone else's design off Pinterest and post it and say, "Oh, I want to do this." No, like, actually put together something that is different and has a little bit of your own pizzazz to it, and then showcase that off. So basically, where we left off at, we were talking about doing free tattoos, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I just want to put another point on that before we move on, but I see one thing that a lot of tattoo artists do. They do, like, tattoo raffles and giveaways. To be honest, I'm against those personally. Like, I get that.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it in the past, and to me, what always happens is that people that do that, they don't want to get cool shit. They just want to enter the raffle, and whenever they win, they just want to get a whole bunch of just basic stuff. So, or they want like a cover up or something else. So, to me, like the whole point of doing a free tattoo is to do something dope, do something for your portfolio. So, yeah, you're gonna get people sharing it. You might get a couple new followers, but to me, I think you'll get better quality followers if you just go to your clients in private, find someone who's down to do something dope, and then post that to do something dope later.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The raffles get a little messy. And I know from my experience with doing it, the people will only participate with the raffle, and then you'll never hear from them again.
No, exactly.
So yeah, I found a lot more success of just finding those 1 or 2 clients like, hey, just let me do this, and let's go from there. Pretty much.
Actually, what I do, I don't really do raffles. I actually, like, majority of my clients that I get to tattoo that I actually do what I want to do, if they're FaceTiming somebody or on the phone, I always just say, hey, since you're on the phone, tell them I want to do this type of design, and it's just spread the word. And I'll say 5 times out of 10, which is a 50-50 chance, I got to do what I wanted to do just by them just having a friend sitting next to them while they're getting tattooed, or they're on the phone with people. I was like, hey, do y'all like this? You don't? Okay, on to the next person. So I actually gauge in person. So
yeah.
No,
and then I screen them. Like, I told them, hey, you got to come in. I'm going to tell you how big I'm going. I need to see if you can sit well. And that's it.
Yeah, that's good. And then one more point I want to say. When you do these free tattoos, like, go big with them. Like, just do them big so they can have that more wow factor and impact. Like, a lot of times I see people, they'll tell me, like, yeah, I did this free tattoo for my portfolio and try it. But it'll be like this tiny piece that, like, all right, yeah, it's something different, but it's still kind of like,
I would say
hit though.
Make sure it just has that wow factor.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't have to necessarily be big, but
I mean, it don't have to be huge, but like, unless it's a micro tat, then of course you can do something small. But like, if you're doing like a portrait or some character, like, and you having them like, I don't know, the size of like your palm or something, I'm like, nah, go bigger than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're already working for free. Might as well go as big as you can.
Exactly. But yeah, so free tattoos, do them, but make sure they're good. So
and make sure it's a good business move. It's not just for the sake of doing it for free.
Yeah, it's got to better you as an artist, and then
don't go broke doing free tattoos.
yeah, exactly. Like,
it's still a business.
Don't take what we're saying going the wrong way, Like, you still tattoo for money, but when you get chances.
When you get the special ones or the one that you've been having in the back of your mind for a while, or you have this design and you've been sitting there for like 2 years, find somebody you can do it on for free, because you already know in your head it's going to be tight. So you just need that one person. And 9 times out of 10, once you do that design, people only want to get that stuff once they see it on somebody else.
Exactly. You gotta prove to people that you can do it. It's, even though you might possess the technical skills from other styles and stuff to do it, but in their head, like, I haven't seen you do this, so I need to see you do it.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of my clients tell me. Usually when they introduce me to one of their friends, because I'm known for anime, they say, oh, he does a lot of anime tattoos. And I have to give all my clients this. I respect them, because they actually say, no, he actually does everything. But that's why I take a picture of all my photos that I do, and if they hit me in the DMs, hey, do you do it? Yeah. Here's my references of tattoos I did in the past, me tattooing it in the process. I always prove that I can do it.
No, exactly. That's a good point. So let's switch from that and let's talk about something. We kind of brushed on it earlier, but basically now another big thing to help build your clientele up and get through these slow seasons, you got to know how to manage your social media and your bookings in a professional manner, and consistent manner. So now, like, you got to remember, you as a tattoo artist, you are a business. Like, even if you don't own a shop, you yourself are a business. So your social media's got to represent it, that you're a business too. So you can't, first of all, if you're a tattoo artist and you got a Instagram page or whatever, and it's just like sloppy, like half the pics are selfies of you, the other half is like shit that ain't related to tattooing. You know what I mean? It's like
Oh, man, I just
no,
had
like
an evil thought.
it's like you are a tattoo artist. And you need to explain that, show that to people. Like people need to look at your page and immediately tell what you could do, where you're located, you know, how to get in contact with you. Like if I go to your page and all I see is, you know, you do tattoos, but then I don't know where you're at, I don't know how to book with you, then you're failing in that aspect already.
How you get mad if they don't know?
Exactly, you know.
Oh, they're supposed to click your email and they're supposed to get a notification back? I'm going to say it like this. I assume everybody don't think too deep in certain stuff.
You got to really spell it out for clients. Like, not everybody understands how the tattoos work, and, you know, so you got to make it simple for them. So whether it's, you know, you like to book through email or if you have a website that does it for people, you know, just create a system for yourself and explain it to your clients. Post about it, you know. Like, hey, my books are about to open on this date. Remind clients to do that. You know, I have a booking email list. Like, now I send out emails every month. Hey, my book's about to open on this date. So remember to email me then. So, you know, you got to remember, you are not just a tattoo artist. You are managing a business. You're a social media manager, a graphic designer, a content creator, all of that. So unfortunately, I get it. You want to just sit there and do tattoos and not think about anything else. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you know, in 2023, tattooing has evolved. Our life has evolved. You know, social media has came. Trust me, I hate doing all the social media stuff too. You know, I like to just post tattoos and not really post too much of myself. But at the end of the day, I know if I don't evolve with the industry, I'm going to get left behind. So that's why I'm here today talking on the podcast. So to create more content. Heads, man? Nah, man. That's one of my biggest fears is becoming that old head tattoo. Just like, nah.
You're left in the past.
Exactly, man. It's like, I done seen it. I done seen a lot of tattooers that I looked up to coming up that had fell off because they didn't evolve with the industry. You know, they wanted to go against the grain, you know, fuck iPads, fuck social media, fuck rotaries, and fuck this and that. You know, and, you know, it shows. It shows in their career, shows in their work. And I don't want that to happen to me because
I don't even want to be on TikTok, but I had to.
Yeah, we all.
I actually got
you got to look at all of it
off the live just by going to TikTok. I go where the money goes, basically.
Yeah, you know, you gotta have a presence everywhere. You know, it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Facebook.
Yeah, I'm not saying you gotta go out there and make, you know, skits and do TikTok dances and shit all the time, but whatever, find a way to create content that you're comfortable with. You know, if you don't want to show your face, okay, cool. But you can at least show time lapses of you doing art. You know, time lapses of you tattooing. Maybe
process of you tattooing.
Exactly. You know, just find different ways to create different content. Because nowadays people don't want to see just a tattoo. They kind of want to know the person behind the tattoo, and you know how that process works.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially if you've been doing it for a while. Most of the time, clients already know you do good tattoos.
Right.
Now they're just trying to get to know who you are. In other words, they want to make sure you ain't crazy.
Right. Not for real. So another thing too is post consistently. Like, and we all know this algorithm on Instagram has been kicking everybody's ass. Like, we all done had our reach like lower over the years, but you know, you still gotta fight. You still gotta do what you gotta do. Because at the end of the day,
you gotta play the game.
Yeah, you gotta play the game. Because I've reached so many clients that are outside of this my little local circle. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, last week, you know, had a guy come from Gainesville, Florida, you know, older gentleman, and he just said, you know, I was just looking up tattoos on Instagram. You know,
got a person from Maryland,
right,
Australia,
all the
Brazil.
time. People just find us through social
China.
media.
Yeah.
So you're limiting yourself if you're not doing social media justice. You know, I know it's a hassle, it's more work, but guess what? You know, tattooing isn't just about doing what you want to do. There is work involved. You know, if this is all the work that's involved, I still say we come off pretty good, because you know we ain't out there busting our ass in the sun on a roof or you know doing construction or you know saying in a hospital all day dealing with craziness, right? So. You know, you got to look at the bright side. Stop looking at the negatives like, oh, I got to go post something, this and that. Like, no, look at it as like, all right, all I got to do is do this, and I can get some more clientele. That's cool. At the end of the day, you just sitting in your room, on your phone anyway, just go ahead and post something. So ways to post more content, right? We already kind of discussed it, but let's say I get it. Like a lot of tattooers are in their heads, right? A lot of us have that imposter syndrome. We don't want to post our work because we're like, it's not good enough. I get it. That's a good thing. You should, if you should be the most self-critical person about your work. If you think your work is perfect, then you are probably not a good tattoo artist, to be honest. But because the best artists to me are the ones who are very self-critical and who are never satisfied. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, clients don't see what we see. We're going to nitpick everything. But to a client, they'll look at our tattoo and like, this is great. I don't see what's wrong. So you got to get out your head.
Zoom in for you.
Right. Like, but still, they won't know. So you got to get out of your head and remind yourself.
And stop comparing yourself to your idols.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, your idols got like hella years over you anyway.
Exactly.
They think the same, believe it or not.
And they going through the same thing too. For every dope tattoo you see that someone you look up to posts, they probably got 10 tattoos they didn't post, you know, and that you think like, oh, that shit's fire. Why didn't you post it? Nah, it wasn't good enough. But eventually, you got to post something, you know. So if it's a simple tattoo, something out of your style, post it on your story at least if it's clean. Because like I said earlier, if people see that you do that, they'll be willing to ask you to get that type of tattoo. Because if all you post is one thing, people a lot of times are going to be like, well, I didn't come to you for this tattoo because I thought you didn't do it. You know, I thought you didn't like to do that.
Yeah,
well,
that has happened a lot.
Yeah.
And another thing that we found out, even outside of our shops, that people thought, let's just say for the sake of the story, in August, a lot of people thought we was booked out till next year. And because a lot of people thought that even right next door to our own shop, like the hookah bar, I was like, oh, shoot, let me clear this up now. Hey, we only book out really just for 2 months. So you got to also make sure you keep engaged on social media and in the public to let people know, hey, this is how we run our business. If they follow somebody else, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to bleed their friends anyway during the conversation.
Yeah, you let them know you got some availability. Let them know you taking walk-ins, all that stuff.
They don't know if you don't say nothing.
Yeah, you got to communicate. That's clear. So that's another thing about handling business in a professional manner is know how to communicate with your clients. Like, be consistent. Like, that's another thing. Like, a lot of tattoo artists either take forever to respond, or just they are shitty communicators in general. Like, they just can't like respond to a client without having a little attitude or this and that. You know, just make it simple. You know, like for me personally, I have a little system. Like, I think we all kind of have our system, right? Me, I do everything through email because it's easier for me to keep everything in track in one place. Also, I have a preset saved booking message that has all of my booking details. I just copy and paste from my phone, send it, boom, they reply back, and then from there I could just price it out and we could book a day. It's that simple, you know. And you can make it simple for yourself if you set up a system and follow it. But if you're doing shit all over the place, you know, I'm texting some clients, I'm DMing some, Facebook messages others, email a couple, and then you're inconsistent with your pricing, inconsistent with your bookings, all that. You're not.
I would like to pick up on that, on the inconsistency of your pricing. So we've been around a lot of artists who are good between February and the end of July. And we have seen a lot of artists have bad spending habits. So when the slow season does come, they can't do what we do, free tattoos, discounted tattoos for bigger projects and stuff like that. What would you tell people who, which you've been in the game for 11 years, about spending habits and also investing in themselves at the same time?
Man, that's a big one, man.
Because that does lead to off season.
Yeah, like that's another thing that comes back to self accountability, right? Like, you gotta be able to have some discipline, and you gotta know, like, hey, this money now during fast season, during tax season, yeah, it's coming in crazy, but it's not gonna be like this all the time. Like, but that's the thing. A lot of artists, they let their ego, you know what I'm saying, consume them. They think like, oh, fuck it, I'll spend $1,000 a night. I can make it back tomorrow. Yeah, you can for now. But okay, slow season comes, and then you got cancellation here, cancellation there. Guess what? Now all of a sudden,
and you ain't got nothing to make up for it.
Exactly, and you living paycheck to paycheck as a tattoo artist. And like,
Yeah,
How
I
the hell
think
you doing that?
People not
we
living,
had that conversation about paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, they're not living below their means.
Exactly.
They're living for future money versus the money they have right now. It's like, oh, okay, I got $1,000 right now, and they like, oh, but I got these appointments that I got 5 other appointments that's worth $1,000, so I got $5,000 coming. So they, in their head, they already spending the $5,000 versus spending that $1,000 you got right now. It's like, hey, you got this bill coming up, blah blah blah. It's like, nah, fuck that shit. I'm gonna go get these shoes.
Right. A lot of artists don't.
Right.
It's kind of like an unspoken rule. A lot of artists don't tell other artists that because then they really have to look at accountability.
See, something I always do with artists here is like I always try to like talk to them about finances and especially if if they were apprentice of mine. Like I like to teach them like, hey, like this tattooing shit is not consistent all the time. You got to be prepared. You got to save your money, live below your means, like y'all said. And another thing, invest in yourself. Like instead of buying those Jordans, instead of buying some fucking designer shit that don't really add no value to your life, like invest, in better tattoo equipment. Invest in seminars. Cameras. Like all this, getting equipment to create more content. To take better photos.
Seminars too.
Yeah, that's so all of that factors into not being consistent all year long. Like when you invest in yourself, you become a better artist. When you're more financially secure, you're not as stressed, right? You're not living because y'all know like when you
during COVID, a lot of people got exposed.
Oh yes,
because it's like you waking up and I want to quote one of our guest artists, Zero, man. Shout out Zero, right? He said a great quote, man. Is nobody prays more than a tattoo artist during slow season, and that's real shit. Cause you waking up praying, hoping like, all right, I hope this person don't cancel today. I hope somebody just walks in the door today and wants to walk in. You know what I'm saying? You praying for this and that, but what you need to do is prepare. Is prepare ahead of time, and if you do that, you won't have to stress during slow season. You won't have to go this week like do I have to get another job? Like what's going on? Like I need to eat ramen this week, this and that. It's like no, like if you saved your money back then, if you invested in yourself, you would be in a much better position now. But
you should have a bunker mentality.
Yeah, it's because you never know with tattooing.
If you're just doing tattooing, you need to have that.
Because this is a luxury, like y'all said. Like people don't need tattoos, so at the end of the day,
it's a want, not a need.
Yeah, if push comes to shove, some people will still make bad decisions to get a tattoo, even though they need to be paying their rent. But smart people will be like, nah, my money's a little tight right now. I'm gonna wait, And
let me say that in off season, you're going against people who's taking their second vacation from summer, which is between September and October. Then they got Thanksgiving. Then they have Christmas. So 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be spending money on tattoos. But the people who do, you have to understand, that goes back to treating your clients right. I remember when I first did my apprenticeship, Theo assigned me one of his clients. And because I had that mindset, it's just a tattoo, it's a want, it's a need. It's a want, not a need. I could push him back. His mom ended up calling Theo and complained about me, and he sent me a long message. I forgot about that. No, I didn't. I didn't. Trust me. You yelled at me. And my client sent me a long message. Said, "Hey man, I'm a father. I'm a single father with 1 kid. I work at least 60 to 80 hours a week, and I never have time to myself. I always have to take care of my kids and my family. And for the first time, I have a day to myself. So when people do come in, you got to remember, they're working them long hour jobs. That managers getting on their nerves. I talk to my clients all the time. They know who they are. How's your job treating? Like shit. Well, let me treat you like how you supposed to be treated. Like they can finally treat themselves. And a tattoo is usually a bookmark on their skin that can say, hey, I accomplished this. I saved the money. I dealt with what I had to deal with. And this is a new chapter in my life.
Yeah, this is real, man. Real spill. So basically, another way to help improve your professionalism. That's a hard word to say.
We country.
Right.
Shout out to the South.
Yeah, shout out to the South, baby. For me personally, so this is part of my system, right? We're going back to creating that system that works for you. And y'all pretty much kind of adopted something similar. Y'all can go in on how y'all like to do things too. But for me, all right, so cancellations, right? A lot of people will be like, man, like, yeah, you gonna get those no call, no shows sometimes, right? But a lot of these cancellations can be prevented by the artist. You have to properly prepare though. So me personally, I like to email my clients like the weekend before. It's like I'll hit them up on that Saturday. I'll say, hey, I'm just reminding you, about our upcoming appointment this Tuesday at blah blah blah. Just let me know if we're still good to go or do you need to cancel. If you need to cancel, it's okay. Just let me know ahead of time. So a lot of times these clients are scared to tell you. That's why a lot of times they might no call, no show you because they're afraid.
You can easily avoid people.
Yeah. So, but I tell them, hey, I'm not mad. Just let me know so I can go ahead and reschedule somebody else. So 9 times out of 10, like they will let me know ahead of time. Hey, I gotta cancel. All right, cool. Good. And remember when early in the convo I was saying, have a cancellation list. All those little tattoos that you couldn't fit in because you were booked up or you didn't want to do, have them waiting on that cancellation list, and then go reach out to them. Yeah, you gotta go and reach out to them. Like you can't just sit there, but no, they gotta reach out to me. This and that. Like get off your ass.
Shit.
Yeah, knock your ego down and reach out to these clients. Tell them, hey, I got a last minute cancellation. If you want, I can fit you in this time or this day. Can you come? Boom, and just go down your list.
And actually, what I actually do to piggyback off Theo, so my cancellation list, I don't really have a list. I have a calendar. But in my notes, I actually say, hey, every time I book an appointment, I always say, let's just say I book an appointment for Friday. If we have a set schedule for Friday this week, what other days are good for you earlier this week so I can put in my notes so when that day comes, because I'm only booked out 2 months, I only have to go through 60 days and just scroll through that. And I say, oh, this person said they're always good on Wednesday after 5 p.m. I'm not doing nothing. I call them up. It's a percentage, like I said. The thing is, you attempt to be busy.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when that happens, I moved somebody from December all the way to October because he said he's good for any Saturday. Now we can finish his second session at the last week of November. Just because I put that little quote, he's available on Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because, find out your client's work schedule, especially your regular clients. Like, if they've been coming to you like 2-3 tattoos, by this time you should know like what their usual off days are. So if you have to cancel, if they have to cancel, you know what days. Like, all right, well, I know you're off on Fridays. I don't have the next 2 Fridays open, but the next Friday I do. But if I get a cancellation, I'll let you know for that next Friday or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I done had clients a bunch of times told me, "Oh, you was off that day? Oh, I didn't know. Why you didn't call? Why you just don't hit me up? I would just assume you're busy for 2 months straight. Oh shoot, that's why I hit them out. I actually hit them out.
Yeah, and then that's another thing too. I always tell people, you can always reach out to me every week. Just hit me up on a Sunday and say, hey, do you have any cancellations this week? Because sometimes you might get the cancellation, but you might forget. You get caught up in your list of stuff. You might not even add this person to your list or something. So yeah, just tell them to reach out to you too. I done had people feeling cancellations like that so many times too. So actually this one for Tuesday, I got someone, he reached out to me like 2 weeks ago and said, hey, if you got any cancellations, let me know. I could take them. And sure enough, I hit him up because I got a cancellation this Tuesday. And guess what? He filled in the spot. It's that simple. But you have to create a system that's going to prevent these cancellations, these 0 days, I like to call them, days where you ain't making money. Right.
Oh, and to piggyback off that, I will say, especially if it's more closer cancellation, but try to see if you can bump up one of your other clientele so that way, whatever their later date is, you can focus on filling that, so you don't have to feel so pressured in.
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta find this for Tuesday and it's already Sunday. Like, all right, move your Friday or whatever up. See, like, hey, are you available on blah blah day? And 9 times out of 10, well, I don't want to say 9 times out of 10. I give it probably like 6 times out of 10. They might be available. Yeah. It might be later in the day, but you can still fill that gap.
And one thing I realized, most people ain't doing nothing. They either go work and go home and probably go to the gym and rinse and repeat.
Yeah. So, we were trying to drop as many gems as possible, but the key theme to all of these is it takes action by you as an artist. So make sure y'all really make these changes if you want to see the change, in your career.
Yeah. So phone number, email, their availability preference of how their life schedule is.
Also, another thing too, I want to say is if like say I will reach out to these clients, right? And let's say I reach out Saturday, right? And they don't hit me back yet. It's Sunday. I'll wait Sunday night. I'll send another one. If I don't hear anything about Monday, at that point, I send my second email. I tell them like, hey, if I don't hear anything about Monday, I'm gonna go ahead and start searching for a replacement. So I'm gonna tell you, 99.9% of the time, if they haven't reached back out, they aren't coming. So don't be like, oh well, they sent a deposit some months ago, but I reached out, they haven't reached back out. They probably ain't coming.
And a lot of artists don't reach out to their clients. A lot of tattoo artists, I've heard a lot of tattoo artists say this. They get a deposit from their clients, and then all of a sudden, they just say, I ain't talking to them.
Right.
They should know.
So my thing is this. If you don't keep that line of communication open, you just setting yourself up for failure. So if I don't hear anything back, fuck it. I'm going to go ahead and replace them. Like, worst case scenario, I have a double booking that day. Cool. That's more money. I just have to work longer. All right, whatever. But it doesn't happen because 9 times out of 10, they don't reply. They're not coming. So that being said, like, don't let people play with your time. If you let people do it, they will play with your time and waste your time. So you got to be the person to put your foot down and be like, no, like, I need an answer. If you don't give me an answer, I'm moving on.
Yeah, because of your system, because you actually hit them on Saturday and Sunday, how much of a notice should a tattoo artist communicate with their client before their appointment?
I like to give them, like I said, that kind of a week before. So, because to me personally, like, I feel like if you reach out too early, it's like maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, they'll forget.
Yeah, they'll forget, or things might happen. They might be good, but then like something just pops up the week before, and they'll be like, oh, fuck, I can't make it. So I like to wait till that week. So let's say I'm going into the weekend Saturday, right? So I'll reach out to all my appointments that upcoming week. So the only day that I really have to stress about is Tuesday because that's the shortest time, right? So that's my Tuesday appointment. I'm usually very like, okay, like I need to hear something. But the others, like, let's say if you got a Friday appointment,
Okay.
I might give them. I might wait till Tuesday or Wednesday if I haven't heard back, just because that gives me a little extra time. But even while I'm waiting, I'm in the wings in the background. I'm hitting up clients on my cancellation list. Say, hey, I might have a cancellation for this day. If I do, can you take it? And they'll be like, yeah, I could take it or not.
Oh, so early notice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that way, and then if I do hear back from that client, I'll tell them, hey, all right, they did reach back out, but I'm gonna hit you back for that next cancellation. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
So it's that simple. It's like you
And
gotta.
I've done that before.
Yeah, have backup plans to everything. You can't just, like you said, just take a deposit a month from now, and then expect them to show up.
That's something I want to pick off on a tattoo artist just trying to rely on deposits during all season, because some people say, oh, at least I got a deposit today even if I didn't tattoo.
Nah,
You think that's a real bad habit to have?
Yeah.
Yeah, because to me, honestly, I don't even count deposits as like money for me. Like that deposit
And
money
why
goes
is that?
for me. It's to me, deposit is just a sign to show me that you're serious, to have a commitment, and all my deposit money goes straight to basically business, like either paying rent or paying for shop supplies or anything. Like I don't take deposit money and use that for personal use because at the end of the day, I like to. For me personally, like let's say I take a deposit and something happens with that client. Let's say we just come to a disagreement on the tattoo. Like at first we were good, but something changed, and then like now I'm like, okay, you know what? I just don't think, we're working out. I'm gonna give you the deposit back. We're back, but yeah. So handle your finances correctly. Save your deposit money because you never know what's gonna happen, and just be a responsible adult when it comes to tattooing, because that's what's gonna save you during these slow and rough times. Don't live fast, if you don't got it. Like if you're rich, if you Nico Hurtado, Steve Butcher, you can buy a
Nico
house.
said he.
I was gonna say, I don't think they living like that.
They
though.
probably, but they don't.
Said, hey,
But-
he live.
But they could if they
within his
wanted.
means.
But for the average artist, no, you can't. You don't got it like that. So be real with yourself and save. Be responsible, and it's gonna work out.
Can
in the
you
long
make
run.
it there? Yes.
Yeah, like you said, like with any career, you gotta put that time in to build up your career. It's like it's no different from a doctor. Doctor had to go do 8 years of schooling, then they come out do residency, making $50K, then they finally get the full-time doctor job. Now they in the 6 figures. Same thing with tattooing. Like you gotta work your way up. You start out might make $20K 1 year. Now you got $40K, 60, 70, 80, 100. But it takes time. Like, but you can speed up the process if you do things the right way. I know artists who, come in second year and making 50K, 60K right off the bat, and up and more. But I also know artists 10 years in who probably can't make 20K a year. So there's no set path. Like you don't get rewarded for simply being a tattooer. You have to be a good tattooer, and not just skill wise, but you have to be good in all facets, like we said. In your bookings, your professionalism, your customer service, your social media managing, all that. You got to be top notch with it. So, like we said in the beginning, self accountability. You got to look yourself in the mirror, talk to yourself, and realize, all right, what area am I really lacking in? And if you're real with yourself, you'll find it. Like we all got areas we lacking in. Even me, like, we're all successful, but I still can get better in a lot of things, So, and I'm working on it. I'm always working on it. And if you're not working on it, then you just
complacent.
Yeah, you're doing yourself injustice.
Yeah, like a good example, I'm working better on my black and gray and background flow.
Right. Yeah. Like we just came from a seminar. They about to go. What seminar?
In
2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. That's how you have to get better. There's so many artists who won't do
during
that.
slow season, I try within a year to take 3 seminars every year.
Yeah.
No matter how
grow.
skillful I get.
Never stop
Don't look
growing.
at these seminars like all day expensive. Besides the fact that you can write it off on your taxes, it's a learning experience.
Right.
Theo said the best quote about seminars: either you're on the right path, or you're gonna learn something.
Yep.
Right, yeah. It's either confirmation, like you said, that, all right, what I'm doing was right because this artist is doing the same thing. Or, like I said, oh, I didn't know he did that or she did that. I'm going to try that. And boom, it's worth it. Even if you learn one thing, to me, it's worth it. So, invest in yourself, all that. Is there any other points that, you think we missed that will probably help?
No, accountability, how to work on your finances during slow season, how to work better on your artistry, and pick the clientele that will help you work better on your artistry.
That's a good one. Clientele, like you attract the clientele with the energy or what you put out there, right? So if you, like, this goes back to handling your social media, handling your business professionally. Like if you are presenting yourself in a way that attracts a certain clientele, and that clientele isn't what you want, then you need to change how you present yourself, how you handle yourself. So, us in here, like we are very laid back, we're chill.
I'm the loud mouth.
Yeah, we joke around all the time, and but our clients like that. They pick up the vibes like, yo, it's very clean in here, very professional, but y'all very chill. I feel like we create bonds in here, like, because even if it's Bryson's client, Tez's client, it's my client, like, we all become friends. If it's a regular, we learn their names. But, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, Tanner this week, like, everybody knows Tanner. He's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody knows Tanner.
But,
They said my name.
but yeah, so is you got to attract what you want. You got to put it out there. So, for me personally, I like my clientele to be a little bit older, more established, because I feel like they're more financially secure, and they're more, they're more sure on what they want. Because
I attract more people between like 1997 to like 2002.
Yeah, you do got a lot of younger crowd, but even then, like you.
But I work based off the crowd that I have. I work with it.
Yeah, and they you
and
still
you
vibe
remember,
with them,
even if they're young, they got older relatives, uncles, dads, moms.
Because you old as hell and you still vibe with them, man.
You said what? You 32, huh?
I mean, I thought I was 32.
You thought you was 32.
Yeah, we all in our 30s, So I'm
Even
33.
Christian.
You know, he's 33. I thought I was
Yeah,
32.
Christian
I
32.
found out.
But yeah,
But,
no, I definitely say my clients is like 25, pretty much kind of like Theo's. I probably like the late college and established older
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so you know, if your clientele is based on like I said, young people 18, 20, then you gotta have a lot of them to stay consistent. Like Bryson, he has a lot of young clients, but he does have a mix of older clients too. But the thing is, Bryson has a lot of young clientele because he takes a lot of people in. So, because my thing is with young clientele, their financial situation is always gonna be up in the air. Yeah, because
And I know how to plan around it.
exactly. So you got to be prepared to know what type of clientele you got. Like when you got someone a little bit older, like I said, they got a career to establish. The economy doesn't really affect them. You're good. So it's the artists, like the big name artists, right? The artists we look up to, they're charging $2-3 a session. They're probably still not hurting right now because they cater to a certain clientele. Their clientele is people of a certain financial bracket. And so you as an artist got to know, like, hey, what am I attracting? Like, if you attracting cheap people or people who just want bullshit, look yourself in the mirror and like, what am I doing to attract that? And a lot of times it's how you handle yourself, how you present yourself. Like,
if you present yourself like a rock star, you're gonna get the people that want to be around the rock star.
Exactly.
That don't necessarily mean they're professional either.
No, man. So it's like, we chill. We only want chill people here. Like, when we do get, some crazy clients every now and then, we deal with them. But at the end of the day, we don't try to. That's not what we want to attract here.
Yeah, we don't want to. It's always say, think about it. The asshole client has asshole friend.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
So if you want to have that clientele that you see the artists you look up to have, figure out what you need to change about yourself to get that clientele. It's
And a
simple.
lot of tattoo artists don't talk to other tattoo artists. I realized that. Like, me being in the industry for 3 years, I'd be like, oh, why do you want to talk to him? Oh, I don't. In a weird way, they'll say I don't think I'm worthy. I'd be like,
Yeah,
that person's human, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
get over that.
You
bro.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Like,
If you
at
don't
this
ask them
point.
questions,
Most tattoo artists
When
are chill.
I go to conventions, I specifically talk to 5 new tattoo artists.
Yeah, get
Like
out
that
your
I've
comfort
never
zone.
met. I have a whole conversation with them.
What do you
Just
think
regular
of
people.
artists who? Well, let's talk about conventions in general. Like, right, even though the subject is still slow season, but how do you think? What has doing conventions helped you in a slow season? Whether if you learn techniques from other artists, or you learn business practices from other artists, or if like what do you think getting outside of your comfort zone by doing these conventions?
pretty much talking to everybody.
Right, I would say the same.
Yeah, even if it's other tattoo artists, people just looking to get tattoos,
Yeah.
or people just looking at tattoos.
How many times we got clients months later from doing the Atlanta tattoo convention?
Yeah.
They just
Like
come to the
Alabama.
shop. Yeah,
Yeah,
Alabama, all
Alabama,
that. So
California, Virginia.
yeah,
Virginia.
that's another thing. So do conventions. Get like, if you are sitting at your shop,
This
afraid,
is Atlanta.
Yeah,
Well, we're based off in Atlanta, so we have a big airport. Most people take vacations in Atlanta.
yeah.
So
They'll come down to Atlanta.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
everybody want to see Atlanta for a little bit, right?
Mhm.
And then on top of that, like, how do I say this? Like, there's so many artists who are afraid to just get out that comfort zone.
Mhm.
That 5 years, 6 years, 7 years in the game and haven't done a convention, maybe not even been to a convention as like
they
a
might
guest.
get exposed.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. To me, I love it. I love that feeling of being humbled at a convention
Yeah.
because it's easy to sit in your shop.
Golden State humbled me.
Oh yeah, New York Empire. So, yeah.
You think
We had us on
Yeah.
the first floor. We
real.
thought we were doing something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
He was
know
like, oh, you ain't even at the
if
third
you're doing
floor,
that
big
New York
dog.
Empire State Convention,
Or
if you're on
California.
that first floor, just know you ain't shit. You ain't shit. And once you make it to that second floor, where the contest at, you doing something. Just know. Once you go to it, you understand. But yeah, for real, it's like, stop being afraid. Do these conventions because they'll humble you. Like, I love it. Like, it's easy for us to sit in our shop and let our ego consume us. Like, I'm the man here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
It's
nobody
easy to be the big fish in the
Yeah.
pond.
But once you go to these conventions, it's so quick you'll realize like, man, it's so much shit I don't know. It's so much shit I can get better at. You know, you seeing a good convention too. You know, there's some
I say
shitty
great.
conventions. Yeah.
There's some good conventions.
Yeah.
And they can
But
have some people.
Just
up
know,
and
like,
down.
look for a convention that has like a couple elite artists.
Or
on
you
there.
got to get invited. Let's
Right.
just say that.
But yeah, they actually got like screen your portfolio.
They have to invite you.
Right. But yeah, once you do these conventions, man, it's such a humbling experience, man, because I always come back from it like hungry. I'm like, all right, man, I got to get better. You know, even though your clients be like, oh, you was already. Because another thing, man, don't let clients gas you up. Because
Nah, yeah, that's what happened.
clients are going to gas you up. They're going, and that's good. You know, you want clients to support you, be your biggest fans.
Some
but-
of them don't know like different levels of tattooing skills in a sense. That's
real.
another thing in the off season. If they see the stuff that you're doing is good now and you're trying to push yourself, definitely show them some stuff that they probably never seen in Asian countries, European countries, Central America countries, where you be like, okay, look at this. They's like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. Some clients actually don't know. Like for me, I like trash poker. Some people don't even know what that is, so I actually show them what that is. It's your job to educate as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, man. You got to learn. You got to constantly learn, and that's how you become better as a tattoo artist, which will help you overall stay busier. You know, so when you become better in all these facets, your clients will come back, and you'll gain new clientele, and you'll stay busy. It's simple, but it's not simple. It's simple in the fact that you know what to do now. You just got to do it. So and I feel like all tattoo artists, their worst enemy is themselves. So you got to beat yourself. Once you do that, there's nothing holding you back. So just stop making excuses and make things happen. With that being said, I think we covered a lot. Of course, there's probably more things we didn't cover, and I like to let y'all know, like, if there's any questions y'all got, it don't have to be about slow season. It could be about anything tattoo related, or if you want a tattoo of yours critique on a podcast or anything, like, please email us at nftattoopodcast@gmail.com, and I'll put it at the on the screen as well. But basically,
Let us know what next topic you want us to talk about.
Yeah, just ask us. We'll answer stuff on the podcast, and we'll do critiques, all that good stuff. Or even if you like I said, you disagree with some of the points and want to debate, cool. That's what podcast is about, right? We all got an opinion, so let's share them and talk about it. With that being said, have patience with yourself as tattoo artists. Like this, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It's one day at a time, one tattoo at a time, and be patient with your clients. Be patient with the economy. Just hang in there. If you really love this, if you got love for it, it's worth the battle. But you have to stick through. You have to do the right things. You have to be consistent. But if you put everything in place, it'll all come together. Like it does. You just gotta be patient and just do the right things. Is there anything else y'all want to add to that?
Nah, that's it.
That's pretty much it. We covered everything. Man.
Cool. All right. Well, I want to thank y'all again for listening to the No Filter Tattoo Podcast, our very first episode. Let us know what you think. Go ahead, comment. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, if you liked it, hopefully. And then be on the lookout for the next episode.
People.
Right. We're going to try to do this, I want to say at least like 2 episodes a month. That's our goal. Maybe every other week or so. We'll see how it happens. But thank y'all for listening, and we'll see y'all next episode.
Peace.
Peace.
Deuce.